Let's get at least 5,000 likes under this video, and then I will just keep shooting this 30 days experiment that you all like. And of course, subscribe to my Instagram. It's right here, always downstairs. Hey friends, hello everyone! In this video, I will train my fingers every day for 30 days. And yes, they cannot be pumped up. They can only be straightened and pumped by the fact that we will pump our forearms. So that's what I'm going to during this experiment. Or do you know what prompted me to create this video? Here's the video.
Guys, a couple of days ago, I promised to throw 1,000 to someone who can break a match like this. Many have broken. Guys, well, you did it. Not according to the rules. You guys did. Put a match in the middle. Guys, you know, in the middle. And they did it in their hands like this and squeezed. You can't. Put it on the edge like that and that's it. Don't do your hands like this, like this. Your friend should be straight. Now try this. No one can do it this way. Put it on the edge, guys, on the edge, and put your hand like this, like this.
You can take a match now. I think almost everyone has them, and try to do this. Write a comment. Are you able to do it? Let's see how many people will win thousands of rubles. Yes, as we can see, Victor was very easy to handle this task. Also, that guy claims that it is impossible to do that. Let's see how I can handle this task. See, it will seem that the person is doing plus or minus the same things, but of course not so purposefully. In general, I put down a match. I got a random one. It's not some kind of clipped one or something else. In general, I will try. Well, I can do it, but I will tell you honestly, I'm having a hard time doing it. That's what I thought. Damn, what if I try to break two matches? And of course, I put them like that and nothing. I don't know. Of course, Victor organization will cope with such task. A simple example of this will be my good friend. Here is an example for you. He hasn't trained for a very long period of time, and with all that, he can lift a plate like this much easier than I can, due to the fact that his fingers are thicker and they are a little longer. Do your fingers hurt at all here when you lift a plate? Okay, you've only been training for 2 months, in fact. Come on, now I'm, so to speak, a non-stop video.
Come on, how are you pretending? And I did IT cleanly.
My fingers are itching right now.
I can do it smoothly with my right hand, it seems to me.
And I immediately have to unbend my hand because of the pain in my fingers.
I can keep the static like this.
That's the power of genetics, I think. And what is your height? Will everyone ask?
192.
Therefore, here, in this experiment, of course, it is your genetics that plays a role to a greater extent. So, for 30 days in a row, I will strengthen my brachioradialis muscle. To do this, I will do all kinds of exercises, from the most unusual ones that I can say I came up with myself to the very standard ones that everyone does in the gym. I will mix them, alternate them, and try to give my forearms a rest at the same time. After all, you won't all be saying now that you can do it every day. There is our work, muscles are burned, but in fact, it is possible. You can train every day. The main thing is to do it wisely. And yes, by the way, today is November 30th, the first day of my experiment. But before we start training, let's measure my forearms, how much they make up in volume, and at the end of the experiment, we will do the same. I will try to break 2 matches. Of course, this is unlikely, but using the exercise that I will do, I still have a chance to get closer to do this result. That is, breaking 2 matches, I think there is. And so, my forearms is 35 centimeters, my right is also 35 centimeters. Now we know which result to start from. And let's see what my gym workout look like today. And then I will show you an exercise that I will do at home, because at the moment I train not only at home but also in the gym. Let's go. The first day I decided not to give heavy loads and did only 2 indirectly finger loading exercises. The first of which is lifting plate on the biceps, pinch grip, doing 5 sets of 10 reps. The second exercise is throwing and pressing a plate over your hand with the pinch grip as well. Day 2. This workout is at home. A good exercise that anyone can do is stretching with a briefcase. The trick of the exercise is that you have to keep your hand static with an angle of 90 degrees. In total, I did 100 reps for each hand without a briefcase, about 10 kilograms. Day 3, I had a day of push-ups that straightened my hands and fingers. In total, I did 200 push-ups in a day. It was very difficult. This is the first day of my experiment, how I train my forearms and shoulder muscles, straighten my fingers. In general, today I will have all the exercises at home. There will be only 3 of them. The first of them is an ordinary extension with dumbbells, which I have at home. It is not heavy, it weighs only 2 kilograms. The second is static hold for 30 seconds with the same dumbbell. It will be such a small superset. The third exercise that I will do today is lifting each finger. I will do the lifts most likely with the help of the book or reference book, because even this dumbbell is difficult to lift like this. I have 2 dumbbells like this. The bottom line is this. I take this dumbbell is this way. Rest my thumb on their edges. Fix 90 degrees and do extensions. In total, I do 30 such extensions in one set. After that, I will hold them for 30 seconds. Now you will see exactly how it may seem that it's simple and the dumbbells are light, but in fact, it is not at all. The second variation, how can you do the same exercise, but I personally find it easier. We sit down, put our forearm on our legs and do the same extensions. I made 30 of them. We stretch out our arms and practically put the dumbbells on the very edge of the fingers and hold them in this way. You can even complicate this exercise by performing such movements. It may seem very stupid, but in fact it is relatively more difficult than just keeping your arms straight. In the static as for me. My hands are burning up here. I will make 10 such sets. And the third exercise, which will not go in a circle, but is a finished one in the end, will look like this. I have reference book like this. It is not heavyweight, but it will do for the purpose I need. What are we doing? We take it rest on some surface. We put our fingers under it and start doing lifts in this way. We do this 30 times on each finger. The muscles that we need to perform this challenge work very well here. Doing this 30 reps, I change my hand and do another 30 for the second one. There are 10 such sets in total. This is my training session today. Well, now you are already seeing each other tomorrow. The 5th day is stretching and working in the gym, a place exercise that is performed in a superset. First, we do plate lifts in the amount of 10 times for each hand, after which we do under 10 supination with the same plate. There are 10 such circles in total. Fingers and forearms float very cool. So friends, it's the 6th day of my finger training. Today I have broken matches. Most likely I will train every 6th day or even during the week and approximately break half a box of these matches. It flew right at you. By the way, you can notice that I need to break the matches a little easier, but in the fact, a lot depends on the matches themselves. Sometimes we come across such matches that even breaking them like that, experiencing not that it's heavy, but we feel that the real 3 is just strong enough. Some are very fragile. It happens that muscles of different thicknesses are in a box. This is just an observation that appeared almost in a week of training. It's kind of dry in general. Well, I'll break this match now, I don't know how many pieces, until my fingers get tired, and we will see each other tomorrow for 4/7 training day. So friends, today's alright is 6th of December, the 7th day of my experiment. I trained my fingers and today I came up with the most brilliant idea. I will show you how you can train your fingers by replacing any book or weights by using resistance. In principle, I have not seen this anywhere and have not really studied the very topic of finger training in order to learn how some exercises from other sources. Therefore, I use only those exercises that I already know that I have ever performed. And this exercise that you are going to show me now is cool because you can do it from anywhere. And most likely I will perform this training virtually every day. We scored and performed such a workout today, 100 reps for 30 sets of this from the finger, placing each of them. Now you will understand the whole point. Here, as always, in general, we will train this extensor muscle. Just like that. We put our hand on the table, it could be any place at all. Maybe you want to do this at your leisure. And you raise your fingers like that. You will say that it is very simple to do. I agree with you. So just take the second finger. Let's say the index finger and do it like this by pressing this finger on the top of this. And you can do this with every finger. After that, you can do it with all 4 fingers. And as you can see, then we lift our fingers like this. We use this muscle well. In general, this is a very simple and ingenious exercise thanks to which you can replace any such weights, books and shells, and it actually covers your forearms very well. I have already done a certain number of reps and right here it starts to burn, but now I'm going to show you the workout of the second week. The second week. I think the rest of my experiment will look like this. Every day I will break matches about half a box at the end of each day. It will be like such a finishing workout. And basically the training itself for the week will look like this. Monday, Wednesday, Friday I will perform a superset which I will show you now. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday I will do dumbbell holding at home as I showed himself at the beginning of my experiment and work with resistance. Then I set my fingers apart. And Sunday, every Sunday of the remaining weeks, I will be filled with breaking a box of matches one at a time. But now I will show you some interesting moments and only at them we will see each other fully, I think, on the 30th day of my experiment. And so friends, today is the 10th day that I have been training my fingers and today I will show a workout in the gym. Let's go! Day 10. I decided to diversify the workout and show you some interesting analogs for training the extensor muscles of the forearm. The first is the extension on the block. The trick is that the block always pull down and back, and the further you move away, the stronger the tension. The second exercise is lifting the barbell with a reverse grip. The shoulder beam muscle is loaded here and our forearms are well worked out in such conditional status. The third exercise is those plate lifts on the biceps with one hand. I don't know why, but my fingers in my joints hurt very much from this exercise, and I can lift the plate straight cleanly. It feels like the fingers will bend in the opposite direction, and don't know about it, my forearms themselves are developed quite well, and I can easily do forearm bends with a weight of 60 or 70 kilograms, and the working weight on the bicep, it all 50 kilograms for me. I do 60 cleanly at 8 times, so it's just a matter of fingers. But now I'm going to show you the superset that I still couldn't get my hands on to shoot it. I did it consistently 3 times a week, and this set of exercises looks like this. The first we do plate lifts to ourselves in the amount of 20 reps, after which we do 10 times from ourselves. Next we perform supination 10 times on each hand, and already with a pinch grip, and not as I showed you earlier, holding on the air, because it is somewhat easier to do it by the air. Next I will do 10 forearm bends with a barbell and with one hand. You can also do it with 2, just by doing 1 you also catch the balance and additionally pump your forearms. After that, the fifth non-final exercise is lifting and pressing a plate. I use 15 kilograms. You can do 20 in principle, but it will be quite difficult. And I only do 5 reps. You only need to make a total of 5 laps. Well, I repeat, I did this workout 3 times a week consistently. Well, at this pace, my remaining 3 weeks of training passed. I train in a gym, I train at home, and I broke matches. And friends, it's finally been 30 days since the beginning of my experiment. How I train my fingers, sensor muscles, and let's see if I can break 2 matches at once. But first, let's see how I break 1 match. and it got a little easier. Let's try with our right band. Well, in principle, it has become easier. Now I'm trying to break 2. Here are 2 matches, the most ordinary normal matches. I want more. Well, as you can see, it turned out, and let's try again. It's already working out, and the most important thing, as I understand it, is it master the technique, because if you start going the movement itself slowly and gradually increase the force of your fingers, then it is unlikely that you will be able to do it. As you can understand, during this month I managed to break 2 matches at a time. Also, at the beginnings of this experiment, it seems to me that this was impossible, even because it was really difficult for me to break the match, and the problem was really that I was somehow gradually trying to push. But in fact, the need is to push through with a sharp moment, and for then it breaks very easily, because matches are fragile in principle, and it is a sharp impulse that it is needed there. And let's see how my forearms have changed, because I really trained them very hard, not only the extensor muscles but also the flexor. And let's take a measurement. On the first day of my experiment, my forearms were 35 centimeters. It's 35.5 centimeters now, and the right is also 35.5 centimeters. There are the results I got in these 30 days. If you like this video, be sure to like it. We get 5,000 likes, and I keep shooting 30-day experiments. And in order for you to have more motivation, please like me. This is the kind of thing that came to me. This thing, it just pumps your fingers as well through moments like this. And if you want me to film a 30-day experiment on it, and we look at how my extensor muscles will change, and in general, maybe I will try to break 3 matches. Probably it will be some kind of stupidity, but nevertheless, the next video, if you take 5,000 likes under this, there will be an overview of such a thing as finger training. In general, this is designed to recover from finger injuries, that is, then you had fractures and some other problems. So 5,000 likes, and I'm shooting a 30-day experiment on this thing. I also added half a centimeter in this volume on my forearms. But in general, I think the experiment is very successful, and probably it will be such a small example that nothing is impossible. Or ever such a simple example can show that what initially seemed to me something fantastic turned out to be very simple and feasible at the end of the month. Well, you take your turn. Write comments and spam a direct comment under this video, because it promotes very well to the top, so that more people see this video, and maybe you will bring out some new tips for yourself and just some interesting information. Don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram and follow. Let's get 10,000 subscribers there already. It's an eternity long goal. Well, in general, check the subscription. Suddenly there is a red button on. We need it to be gray. Well, let's press the bell. And as always, I wish you to be in shape and develop professionally. See you soon.